welcome to Geeking Out with MellyMel. I'm Melissa. Today I have a crystal video for you guys. Today I'll be talking about my current crystal favorites for the month of March 2023. Stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so like I said in the intro, today we have a crystal video. Now I don't typically do current crystal favorites, but I feel like the month of March, at least for me, has been a really heavy month. Like there's a lot going on and I actually use my crystals a lot this month, but there were 4 crystals that were really helpful this month. So that's why I wanted to talk about them and do this current crystal favorite video for the month of March 2023. So I'm just gonna go and dive right in, but before we actually do that, I want to do my little disclaimer that I typically do. I am not an expert, I am a beginner, I am still learning, and while I enjoy learning about crystals and their metaphysical properties, crystals are not a replacement or a substitute for a doctor. So if you do not feel well, please go to the doctor first and then you can use your crystals to help you as well. So now that we have that out of the way, I do want to talk about 4 crystals this month, and that will be Fluorite, Moss Agate, Rose Quartz, and Sodalite. So let's start with Fluorite. As usual, for the sake of the informational content within my videos, I did some research. So what I will be talking about is not just my experience with these crystals, but also I am using the Crystal Bible books by Judy Hall, volumes 1, 2, and 3 for this, information from the Crystal Council, and from Tiny Rituals. So let's start with Fluorite. Now the reason I use Fluorite a lot this month is because, again, I feel like there was so much going on for me, at least in the month of March, so many things to kind of keep track of, and I felt like I really needed to be able to focus on everything that I am supposed to do during the month because there was so much to do and only so much time to get everything done. So I feel like Fluorite is one of those crystals that really helps you focus, especially if you have a lot to do. Focus. Another thing that Fluorite is good for, at least in my experience, is that it's good to help you absorb information. During the month of March, we had some trainings going on in my office to learn some new things, and I actually had some Fluorite raw pieces like these right here on my desk at work, because not only do they help me focus, but they also help me absorb information a little bit more, and it helps me in that learning process. I will be showing you close-ups of these pieces in just a second. I have a couple of tumbled stone pieces, and I have these larger pieces which are raw Fluorite. I actually got these from Amazon. I got a bag of 1 pound of raw Fluorite. I think it was like $10, and these are actually really cool. They're a decent size. I actually like these a lot because they are green and purple. Now Fluorite comes in different colors, but the green and purplish ones, that is my favorite type of Fluorite. So let's talk a little bit more about Fluorite. So according to the Crystal Bible, Fluorite is a highly protective stone, especially on a psychic level. It cleanses and stabilizes the aura. It is extremely effective against computer and electromagnetic stress. So great to have in the office. It draws off negative energies and stress of all kinds, and it helps incorporate structure into daily life. So again, it helps with that focus and organization, right? Also, it improves physical and mental coordination. It is an excellent learning aid because it organizes and processes information, linking what is already known into what is being learned, and increases concentration. It helps you absorb new information and promote quick thinking. Also, emotionally, Fluorite has a stabilizing effect. Now the second crystal I am going to be talking about is moss agate. I actually just got this beautiful tower from a store called Moon Mountain Gems. They actually had a live sale on Instagram. That's where I picked this up. I absolutely love this piece. Now the reason why moss agate was like an MVP for me during the month of March also, it's because, well, first, it's like my favorite crystal. I feel like moss agate is really good when you are stressed out. I feel like because of its colors, you know, like greenish mossy color and appearance, it helps ground you. It helps you have that link in connection with like nature. I feel like just by looking at it and just staring into like the little mossy surface, it just makes you feel connected to the earth. So it's really good for grounding. It helps you relax, or at least it helps me relax. Also, because of its color green, it is a good stone for healing and for the heart chakra. And it's even a really good stone for prosperity. So I feel like moss agate has a lot to offer. Now, fun fact, even though it's called moss agate, this is actually a form of chalcedony, which I think is really interesting. Now, let's talk more about moss agate, right? So according to Tiny Rituals, moss agate works wonders on the immune system, and it delivers exceptional anti-inflammatory properties to give your body the boost it needs. Also, it helps to stimulate a healthy digestive system. It keeps your heart and circulation in full check. And it even helps with brain imbalances. Also, this balancing stone is always aiming to keep you feeling stable and completely secure no matter how much chaos there might be around you. And it's like a breath of fresh air. It's a stone of new beginnings, and it attracts abundance, and it also helps with creativity. So great stone to have as well. I am actually really excited to have this piece in my collection because, again, moss agate being like my all-time favorite crystal, I mean, I had to have something like this. It's huge, it's beautiful, it has these little juicy pockets. Beautiful. Now, one of the reasons why I also thought that moss agate was like a great help this month is because, you know, when you're really busy, you need some grounding. You need to be able to feel that fresh breath of air, right, to kind of help you continue. And I feel like moss agate does that for me. And again, being a green stone, it helps with healing. And you know, when you're stressed, I feel like it tends to show up in the physical way, right? You start getting headaches and things like that, at least with me. So I feel like moss agate definitely helped me just kind of, you know, go back into my balanced self and then just feel like re-energized, and I just really love it. Another stone, or the third stone I am going to be talking about, is rose quartz. Now, rose quartz is a pretty universal crystal. I think it's like one of the first loves of crystal collectors, right? I feel like when you first get into crystals, you get rose quartz and amethyst. So rose quartz is one of those first loves when you first start getting into crystals. Now, the reason I am mentioning rose quartz is because I've had a really, again, stressful and busy month. I feel like rose quartz helps me de-stress, right? It helps me feel self-love, and it helps me nurture myself, which, again, when you're really busy and stressed out, there's so much going on, you do need some me time and some time to relax and just nurture yourself. Also, when you're stressed out, like I said, you might get headaches. So not only is moss agate good for that, but of course rose quartz is really good for that. I actually had a migraine earlier this month because, again, there's so much that I had to do, and I just grabbed my rose quartz to try to just sit quietly with it and just kind of like feel the loving vibe. So that's why I listed rose quartz as one of my favorites also for this month. So according to the Crystal Bible, rose quartz is a stone of pure love. It purifies and opens the heart at all levels. It brings a deep inner healing and self-love, teaching you how to love yourself and nurture yourself, right? It is calming. It is a reassuring stone. It gently draws off negative energy and replaces it with loving vibes. According to Tiny Rituals, rose quartz also helps improve circulation and boost heart health because, again, being a pink stone, it is linked to the heart and the heart chakra. So again, great stone to have when you need those loving vibes and those nurturing vibes. And the fourth crystal that I am going to be talking about is Sodalite. Now, one of the reasons I picked Sodalite as a current favorite for this month is because for work, I actually had to lead 2 conference calls for my district, and I had to talk about certain topics, and I just felt like Sodalite was a great help for me, right? Because Sodalite is linked to the throat chakra. It is great for communication and for public speaking. So I feel like it gave me that confidence to just go ahead and lead these conference calls, right? Also, Sodalite is really good when you have anxiety, so it helps calm you down, but at the same time it facilitates communication. So great stone for public speakers. So I'm going to dive in a little bit deeper into Sodalite. So according to the Crystal Bible, Sodalite is a highly spiritual stone. It is an excellent stone for the mind. As it calms the mind, it allows new information to be received, which is another thing for these conference calls that I had to do. I had to prep myself so that I knew what I was gonna say, right, and so that I would deliver the information the best way possible. So I feel like Sodalite was great for that. Also, Sodalite brings about emotional balance and it calms panic attacks. It also helps the immune system and it lowers blood pressure. Now, according to the Crystal Council, Sodalite links our throat chakra and third eye chakra together, helping us better understand our thoughts and communicate in a correct manner. And now, according to Tiny Rituals, Sodalite is also called the Poet Stone. Sodalite invites you to see the beauty in life and to communicate this grace in the most eloquent ways. Enhances self-esteem, and it also heightens your inner trust. And that's it, you guys. Fairly short video, but I thought this was a cool way to share with you guys how I use my crystals in my daily life. Let me know in the comments down below if you've worked with any of these crystals before, or if you have a current crystal favorite. As usual, if you love the things that I talk about, definitely subscribe, comment, like, and hit that notification bell so that you can keep winking out with me. Bye!